strikes. Start as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye.
Score!
In the back of the net.
And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep, for it all, Devontae Smith! He has got it! Touchdown!
Your Eagles are world champions again!
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going.
Let's make history! Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely!
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by that prize guy.
If you had the choice, what prize would change your life?
Yes!
Woohoo! Competitions from as little as 5p per entry. What are you waiting for? You could be next to change your life with that prize guy.
What's he got saying? Turn around. Or join them.
One time, stray dog.
You've got the instincts. Now, get the training.
Introducing the casino you love to hate, Mr. Q.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready.
The fight starts now! How do you like it?
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Weigh in live on DAZN.
We're here, we're in Liverpool, you know what that means, biggest and I think best boxing city in the country. We're here for Nick Ball versus Brandon Figueroa. It's the weigh-in day today. WBA featherweight title will be on the line tomorrow, and this one, trust me, is a really, really good contest. Great undercard as well, full of local fighters all looking to make that next jump, that next stage to world title opportunities themselves. you say that was? A bit of Gladiator, a bit of Game of Thrones, whatever
That's
it was.
quality.
It was really, really good. Adi Oladipo alongside a couple of former world champions, former undisputed world champion Josh Taylor, former IBF middleweight world champion Darren Barker. We're here in Box Park to make it official behind us. Nick Ball and all the rest are going to weigh in, make it official for Saturday night. Before we get going, Josh, it's been what, 5 months since you retired? How difficult a decision was that for you? What's it been like since?
It was kind of made for me really, because due to the sort of kind of injury of my eye, the nature of the injury. I ended up having like 7 tears in my retinal tissue. But I didn't know that, you know. I was going in to get a sort of squint surgery done, and they took a picture of the eye, and I found out I had like 7 tears in my retinal tissue. And I was like, I was literally one blow from going blind in the eye. So that was kind of like my decision made for me, you know. So at the end of the day, your health is your wealth.
100%.
And you know, I had scaled the top of the mountain, become undisputed world champion. That was beyond my wildest dreams. So I was quite an easy decision to make.
What a career! What an incredible career! You left your mark on British boxing, that's for sure.
Ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, undisputed, like becoming a world champion. It's top of the mountain, right? It's Mount Everest. Undisputed, where you're collecting all the belts individually.
Unreal.
Not just fighting one person for all of them, but going and collecting them, beating so many unbeaten fighters. Congratulations, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Honestly, an incredible career. And welcome to this career now, Josh.
Yeah, that's it.
This one's a bit harder, some people say sometimes. I'm joking. What do you make of it, Josh? Nick Ball, world title opportunity again for him. 4th defence of his WBA featherweight world title as well. We've got a few world champions over here now, but he's been the longest serving one. And he's fantastic at what he does, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a great little fighter. You know, he's like a mini Mike Tyson. You know, his style is all out. You know, he's just all action. You know, he's a tough little guy. So I really enjoy watching him and enjoy watching his fights. So yeah, I'm a big fan.
Stylistically, though, this might be his toughest defence so far. It's a mandatory one against Brandon Figueroa, who's fought them all. Right, got some really good wins, only a couple of defeats, and that's to Stephen Fulton. This is going to be difficult, just in terms of the way in which they fight. He's a switcher as well. He's coming here thinking, and he's brought a lot of his family members here as well, Brandon Figueroa. He's thinking he's going to get the job done on Saturday.
I just said to you off air, didn't I? I'm telling you now, this is going to be a fight of the year contender. When you look at it stylistically, I don't know how this doesn't gel. He's non-stop, he's relentless. There's a little bit of awkwardness about him as well. He'll switch, naturally unorthodox, but he spends a lot of time in the southpaw stance, as you can see there, even in the pocket. He does not stop. The title fight he had against Lewis Neary, beautiful body shot to knock him out in the 7th round. He is a tough man to beat. I look at this and I think this is a terrific dust-up.
You know, a lot's been made about the height difference, right? Brandon Figueroa 5'9", Nick Ball 5'2". He doesn't use his height, though. I'm watching Brandon Figueroa. He's not using that reach and range. He's almost getting stuck in and making himself smaller. Is that a good or bad idea?
Well, it's down to his preference, you know, like, obviously me going on personal experience, you know, I was tall for the weight, I was huge for the weight, but I was most effective at mid to short range. I really loved being in close and sort of mid to short range. I could get into the body and make great little angles and stuff. So it just depends on the individual. You know, obviously, ideally, as a boxing coach, he'd be looking at his attributes and his body style and his length of his arms. Say, no, stay behind your jab and stay behind them long levers, you know, and work at range and stay at sort of punching distance, just a little step out and use that to your advantage. But if that's his way of fighting and that's where he finds it's most comfortable and he can get his punches off, then as a coach you've got to just kind of work on that and maybe develop that side of his game.
Yeah, and that's what they'll be hoping. Manny Robles, who's now joined the camp, will be adding to, because his last performance maybe he's not his best against Joey Gonzalez. Darren, let's talk about Nick Ball. We were, I think, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia together, his last fight against Sam Goodman. Maybe not his best performance, and I think he knows that and he needs to take it up a level in order to retain that belt.
I think so. Look, you remember, he's in there with hungry challenges every time he fights. You know, people don't want to rip what he's got away from him. Talking about his shortness, he uses it as his superpower. That low centre of gravity, he's non-stop, he's busy, he starts low, goes high, and he's a tough man to beat. And he's confident at the minute. That's very important. You know, he fights to his strengths, as I say. The harder the fight, the more action the fight, the busier the fight is, the happier he is. He just wants to get stuck in. I think he punches harder than his record suggests as well. I think, you know, a lot of people think it's just volume that wins him the fights. You can see against Vargas, he was stunned, he was hurt, he was dropped, and you just see he is relentless. And you talk about value for money. You want to come, you want to buy a ticket and see someone who's going to excite. He does that every every single time he fights.
There is a dream for him to obviously have unification fights, potentially, who knows, become undisputed. But he's also been talking about the Inoue fight. That's his dream, right? If Inoue wants to come up, you've got to knock on my door and see me first. He's got to look good here tomorrow, and then we can start that sell for Inoue potentially.
Yeah, obviously you've got to look good in your. Every fight can be potentially your last fight, you know, at this level, you know, and so he knows he's got all at risk, so he's going to be looking good, and then try and get that Inoue fight. You know, obviously there is other good fights at the division there. It is pretty a hot division, but Inoue is the golden ticket, you know. So as personally as a fighter, that's what I would want to do: win this fight and then move on and get the big fish.
How far away is he from that? Obviously, look, they've got Shushu Carrington's been calling him out recently, the WBC champion. But realistically, when you hear the name Inoue, obviously Inoue looks like he's got Nakatani maybe in May. How far is Nick from the discussion, at least from that?
I think very close, if I'm honest. You know, like you say, I think the fight with Nakatani is the one that they're looking for, an all-Japanese showdown. But I think if you're Nick Ball, I think unifying in the division would be very good. There's fights, very, very big fights in the division. You can move up. There's big domestic fights. Jazza Dickens, Anthony Kakachi. Is it next month?
Yeah.
Next month, right? St. Paddy's Day. Yeah. Their fights. So when you're a fighter and you've got, you know yourself, when there's fights in and around your weight division, it keeps you buzzing, it keeps you excited, and that's what you want to be as a fighter.
What we're seeing, Josh, as well, is almost a new breed of Liverpudlians coming through. It's always been a hotbed for boxing. The Smith brothers, and I'm sure there's a few walking around here, Tony Bellew as well, Rocky Fielding. We're seeing a new group coming through. Now, obviously, Nick Ball's headlining those, but it's good to see fighters come through.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously, Liverpool has always been a big fight city, but it's kind of taken a resurgence of late, you know, and there's a lot of fighters coming out of Liverpool, and in the gyms that are there's numbers coming out the gyms as well of good high-level fighters. So yeah, it's Liverpool's obviously been a good fighting city, but right now it's pretty hot. It's pretty on fire.
It really is. All right, let's have a look at the Ring Magazine rankings. We've been talking about what Nick Ball potentially could do next. This is where he stands in the featherweight rankings. Espinoza, fantastic. Angelo Leo, Nick Ball, number 3. You go down there to number 7, which isn't highlighted, but that's Brandon Figueroa. That again, Darren, highlights just how tough a fight this is. Brandon Figueroa ranked number 7 in the featherweight rankings.
Yeah, and the only 2 defeats that he had are to the same man, Stephen Fulton. And look, I think for both of these here, I don't want to just talk about Nick Ball. For Brandon Figueroa, I think, you know, for Figueroa to win a world title again, already a 2-weight world champion, and then look to unify. That's exactly what Nick Ball would do, and try and pave the way to become what Josh done and become the ring champion in the division. You know, that's going to take a couple more fights, I think, and then you can start looking, do I stay in the division or do I move up? Bruce Carrington, Shushu Carrington, he's incredible. He really is. How he boxed the other day was frightening, the way he put the shots together. But there's so many fights there. Angelo Leo, like so many fights. But they're pick-em fights as well. Really good fights.
We've seen Luis Alberto Lopez over here a few times as well. I mean, it really is a stacked division. That's what you need, right? You can be as good as you want. You need dance partners, and Nick Ball has got the dance partners. So let's see how he gets on. Let's see how he weighs in. Let's see how he gets on tomorrow. All right, I said one of the Smith brothers is here. There's a couple. Paul Smith is here. He's on stage with DAZN.
Liverpool boxing royalty is here. Paul Smith, how are you, sir? And look at this. It's great to be back in Liverpool, right?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, boxing is massive in this city, and it's good that big-time boxing's back in the arena.
And it's great to have a world champion. We've got 2 actually in Liverpool now with Jazza Dickens as well, but leading a new kind of charge here in this city. How much are you excited about seeing Nick Ball tomorrow night?
Very. He's obviously he's the latest now. He's the main man in charge in the city. We've had a good history over the past, where John Conte, all the lads coming through after that, and now all of a sudden it's Nick and Jazza, and they're the young lads, and they're the ones. Well, Jazza's not so young, but he won't blame me for saying that, don't worry. But Nick's leading the way now. He's doing great. He's doing unbelievably well for the city, for himself. And I think he's just hitting his peak. I think he's got a bit. I think there's a bit more to come from him. I think we'll see him in bigger fights, in big tests. And I don't mean any disrespect to his previous opponents. He's looking at a new way, and I hope that fight happens for him. It's a mega fight for him should he get it. But he's blasting everyone out the way at the moment. He's getting rid of every obstacle in his way, and he's looking the real deal.
He's looking the real deal, and you know, so much on the undercard as well. I know you know Jack Turner quite well from the Rotunda. How much are you looking forward to seeing him?
Jack's exciting. He's a very explosive, exciting character from the city. He's a good fighter. How long he can go and how far he can go is what we're all looking to see, and we hope he can reach the levels of Nick Ball and so on, and hopefully become another great champion from this city. But he's an exciting talent, and I love his attitude. He just doesn't care about not on no one. He knows how hard he hits, and his attitude is that of a big punch, and he's going to get you, he's going to land.
100%, and of course your man Steve Clark as well. I keep hearing he's done bundles and bundles and bundles of tickets.
Yeah, he's done probably over 80 grand of tickets in on this show, and he does that every time he fights at home. He has a big following, a good following. He's ABA champion in the amateurs, and he's hit the ground running in the pros now, 8-0. This is his 9th fight, his first 8-rounder. He's doing really well. He's obviously, for me brother Stephen, he's a pleasure to train. He gives 100% every time he's in the gym, and he lives the life as a pro. He's obviously very, very easy to manage as a result, and my job is to try and keep him busy as a manager. Stephen's job as a trainer is to try and get him up to title level, and Stephen's job as a fighter, Stephen Clark's job as a fighter, is to just be the best he can, keep turning up and keep winning, and he's doing so at the moment.
100%. We look forward to seeing him. Thank you so much, Paul. Ade, guys, back to you.
Always good hearing from Paul Smith, always speaks honestly, really good stuff as well now behind the scenes as a trainer, manager. Alright, this is the fight card for you guys tomorrow. We kick things off in the super bantamweight division. Brad Strand will take on Ruben Lozano Gonzalez. Hassan Ishak, very, very exciting fighter in the featherweight division, will take on Leonardo Baez. Jack Turner will take on Juan Carlos Martinez Ovina. Remember that one, WBA Intercontinental Super Flyweight Championship. Co-main event, a cracking one. Andrew Kane, who's 100 miles per hour, final eliminator for the WBC World Bantamweight title, will take on Mexico's Alejandro Jair Gonzalez. And then your main event, when this one was announced, everyone was excited about it. We're only one sleep away. Nick Ball versus Brandon Figueroa for the WBA World Featherweight title. All right, it is time to get the weigh-ins underway. Our man there looking very dapper on stage. Let's throw to him, Mr. Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weigh-in for a tall order. Ball versus Figueroa, it's World Championship Boxing tomorrow from the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool, England. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry in association with TGB Promotions, along with their great sponsors. Riyadh Season, Unibet, That Prize Guy, 32 Red, and Global Next Trade. A big thanks to those great sponsors. Well, a few reminders, ladies and gentlemen. Tickets are available via ticketquarter.co.uk, and you can also watch it live, worldwide, exclusively on DAZN. Let's now get the weigh-in process started. Our first two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round middleweight contest. We will first welcome to the scale from Newport, Wales. His professional record, 3 wins with 5 defeats. Let's welcome Lewis Howells. $167 for Lewis Howells. And now let's welcome to the scale from Liverpool, England. Undefeated with 8 wins. 1 win comes by knockout. Here is Steve O. Clark. 162.7 for Steve O. Clark. And now for the final face-off. These two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round middleweight contest.
Steve Clark versus Lewis Howes. Steve Clark unbeaten, 8-0. Just the one knockout on the resume, Darren, so far. Is that something that's going to bother him? Is it a case of just getting the wins, or would he want to close the show one of these?
Do you know what? He'll be thinking about the stoppages, but he's not lost a round as a professional yet. 8 fights, 8 wins, former ABA champion, very popular. The world of boxing is at his feet at the minute.
All right, let's hear from him. He's on stage with DAZN.
Well, Steve Clark, I mean, you boxed 41 rounds so far. You've won every single round. It's all going pretty well so far. How much are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow night, especially boxing in hometown Liverpool. The support's unreal, so yeah, looking forward to it.
I was speaking to your manager Paul earlier. He's talking about 85 grand's worth of tickets. It's not going too bad, is it?
Yeah, it's all right, especially for Queensbury. You know, always, you know, can't thank my supporters enough coming out, spending the hard-earned money to come and see me. So I appreciate every single one of them.
Top man, what's your final message to your fans here today?
I'll see you all tomorrow, and you know, going to put on a good performance for you all.
We look forward to it. Thank you so much, Steve Clark. Let's hear it for Steve Clark.
Our next 2 fighters getting on the scale, competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round super bantamweight contest. We will first welcome from La Antigua, Veracruz, Mexico. His professional record, 12 wins, 6 defeats. 11 of those 12 wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome Ruben El Guerrerito Azteca Lezama Gonzalez. $117.8 for Ruben El Guerrerito Azteca Lezama Gonzalez. And now to the scale from right here, Liverpool, England. 13 wins, 2 defeats, 4 wins by knockout. Here is Brad Strand. 123.4 for Brad Strand. And now let's have the fighters face off for the final time. Again, these 2 competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round super bantamweight contest.
Really starting to rebuild again after that defeat to Baluta for the WBO European title. He'll be hoping to get a string of wins, starting with this one, and then to push himself back into big title contention picture.
Yeah, Strand, do you know what? He's a really good fighter. He's got a bit of everything. He's got a lovely jab, moves really well, puts the shots together lovely, good defence. And yeah, looking to get back into a real run of form. Showed some real battle against Dennis McCann. Was dropped in the second round, but rallied back and made that a really entertaining fight.
Very big for the division as well, Josh. You look at him and the super bantam, he's big.
Yeah, he's big and he's chiseled as well. Like, it doesn't look like he struggles with the weight either, which is great.
All right, let's hear it from Brad Strand. He's with DAZN.
Brad Strand, I mean, this is a late replacement opponent that you're taking on tomorrow night. What do you make of him, and what's the emotions going into this one?
Don't really make much of him. Obviously, Paul and Amber have had a good look at him, but I haven't seen much of him. But obviously, he's got a lot of knockouts, so you know, have to be switched on.
Feels like the start of a very important year in your career in terms of kind of rebuilding and getting to where you need to be.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I wanted the title for this show, but you know, one thing's happened, and it's not that fight now. But hopefully, in the summer, we can get a title fight on with whoever's there. Really get that, but it's just this year.
Your last fight was like over there in Box Park. It must be good to be getting back to the big arena tomorrow night for you.
Yeah, definitely. These little arenas are sound, but not like the Echo Arena in your home city. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Best of luck. Great to see you.
Nice one.
All right, let's hear it for Brad Strand.
Our next 2 fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round featherweight contest. Let's first welcome to the scale, coming to us from González Catán, Buenos Aires, Argentina. His professional record, 5 wins with 16 defeats. Here is Leonardo Baez. $123.11 for Leonardo Baez. Now to the scale from Slough, England. Undefeated with 2 wins. Both of those wins come by way of knockout. Here is Hassan Shooter Ishak. $124.12 for the undefeated Hassan Shooter Ishak. And once again, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round featherweight contest.
Hassan Ishak in his 3rd contest as a professional boxer. He's almost one of those guys, Darren. I'm desperate to see him at 10-0, 11-0, just to see where he is, because he is so exciting to watch.
I think he's one of the brightest prospects in British boxing. Yeah. He's incredible. I mean, he's got every shot in his arsenal, the way he puts them together, and he's got this spite, this fire in his eyes, this desire to do damage. He's very, very good.
You watch him, and Josh, I don't know if you've watched him yet, but you watch him, and I'm telling you now, you're going to think he's watched a lot of Floyd Mayweather tapes. Like, he models himself on Floyd Mayweather, and like Darren said, I think he's one of the best prospects in the country, and I just want to see where he can go by the end of the year. But let's hear from him now. He's on stage with DAZN.
One of the best prospects in the country. I'll tell you what, the guys in the team here, they are saying so many good things about you. You've watched a lot of Floyd Mayweather, haven't you? It's pretty obvious, Hassan.
I know it is. I study all the greats, man, but I'm my own fighter.
Fight number 3 for you tomorrow night. We've had you in Bournemouth, we've had you in London, now you're in Liverpool. How are you feeling about this one?
Yeah, I feel good. You know, weight made, I'm feeling strong. Can't wait to put on the show for the Liverpool fans. Shout out to Lee Eaton, Queensbury, Frank Warren for getting me on this big card.
I'm loving the ice, by the way. Talk to me about this.
Shout out to my sponsors, man.
Fair play. Best of luck to you tomorrow night. Let's hear it for Hassan Ishak.
Let's go, Stuart! Our next 2 fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest, and it will be for the WBA International Super Flyweight Championship. We will first welcome to the scale the challenger. Coming to us from Huigalpa, Nicaragua. He brings a professional record consisting of 10 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw. 4 of his 10 wins come by way of knockout. Here is Juan Carlos Martinez Urbina. $114.12 for the challenger, Juan Carlos Martinez Urbina. Now we welcome to the scale the defending champion. From right here, Liverpool, England, he is undefeated with 13 wins. 12 of his 13 wins come by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending WBA International Super Flyweight Champion, Jack El Terrier Turner. $114.1 for Jack El Terrier Turner. This is the final face-off between these 2 fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest for the WBA International Super Flyweight Championship.
Jack Turner, obviously the favourite. You hear the record there, Josh. Of his 13 wins, 12 by knockout. But every time I see a smaller weight guy come from South America, I just think danger. Because that's their weight class, isn't it?
And especially when you don't really know what you're getting with them as well, but they can all fight. They can all fight.
Yeah.
So it's a good test this for Jack.
This is it, right, isn't it? I mean, Jack's fought so many different people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Like, he's been almost a globetrotter in terms of different type of styles. This is the style that he probably hasn't seen before. Good experience for him.
Yeah, of course it is. He's learning on the job. But I tell you now, there is no frills with this man. He wants to knock your head off.
And let's see what he says. He's on stage with DAZN.
Well, Jack Turner, great noise in here for you today. I mean, and there's going to be even more tomorrow night. How much does it mean to you to box in Liverpool in front of your people?
Yeah, it means the world to me, and yeah, just want to say massive thank you to all my fans and all the support that I get, yeah. Without them, it wouldn't be possible, yeah.
Well, the last time you boxed at the M&S Bank Arena, it was a 2-round demolition job. What can we expect tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm an exciting fighter, yeah, and when I get in there, I don't just look to win, I look to knock you out, so don't blink.
I don't think we need any more. Let's hear it for Jack Turner.
Thank you.
Our next two fighters to the scale, competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest, and it is a final eliminator for the WBC Bantamweight Championship of the World. We will first welcome to the scale, coming to us from Mexico City, Ciudad de Mexico. He brings a professional record consisting of 19 wins, 6 defeats, 3 draws. 11 of his 19 wins come by way of knockout. Here on the scale is the former WBC International Silver Bantamweight Champion, Alejandro Jair Conejo Gonzalez. His official weight, 117.7. And now to the scale from Liverpool, England. His professional record, 14 wins, just 1 defeat. 12 of his 14 wins come by way of knockout. Here is the former British and Commonwealth champion and the current WBC Silver Bantamweight champion, Andrew Kane. 117.15 for Andrew Kane. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this scheduled 12 rounds, and it is a final eliminator for the WBC Bantamweight Championship of the World.
I just see violence when I see these two. Honestly, that's the first thing I see. That both of them, like, perfectly built for the division. Obviously, this is a ceremonial weigh, and they've obviously packed on a couple of pounds since they officially weighed in this morning. But Josh, both of them look ready to go because they know what's on the line. It's a world title fight opportunity for the winner.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is everything that these fighters dream of. This is the biggest stage. This is the moment. So this means the world to these guys.
Yeah, it does. Let's hear from Andrew Kane. He's on stage with DAZN.
Well, Andrew, really, it's been 20 years in the making now, and you're getting closer and closer to your dream. What are the emotions now, 24 hours away?
Not much, Dave. Just chill out now, go and have some nice food later with the lads and that, and just get ready for tomorrow.
And what can we expect from you? I mean, he looks rough and tough. He looks like he's going to come to fight. I have a feeling that might just play into your hands.
Yeah, they always do, you know, especially these Mexicans, but, you know, my ring IQ and my boxing skills are going to win me this fight.
What do you see when you look into his eyes?
See another fighter who looks keen, he looks ready to fight. You know, it's not like sometimes I fight some of these English fighters and they look scared, you know what I mean? He looks like he's up for it, so make for a good fight tomorrow.
What is your message to your fans? Because there was noise here today, there'll be even more for you tomorrow. What's your message to these guys?
Just thank you so much, and yeah, I'm looking to put a proper show on for you tomorrow.
Best of luck, Andrew. Let's hear it for Andrew Kane.
Andrew Kane there said he's looking to put on a show tomorrow. Another big show will be the 21st of February because we go to Sin City for the WBC welterweight title fight. And it's a big one, isn't it? Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia.
I don't want no easy fight.
I'm gonna bring the violence. You don't want the smoke.
We're gonna fight, and I'm gonna beat your ass.
I don't need a spotlight.
I have a spirit of competition in me.
Vegas is gonna win this, the fall of King Ryan.
Watch me fight live on DAZN. Show me who you are.
Yeah, we have loads of big fights coming your way. Obviously, we start this weekend. Nick Bull versus Brandon Figueroa, world title fight. And then this one just had to happen again, didn't it? Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington 2, sold out Nottingham Arena Saturday, February 21st. It's a double header. Get your coffee because we then go to Vegas. Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia, and then the rescheduled one, the fight that we've been waiting for, the Magnificent 7 card, headlined by Moses Italma versus Jermaine Franklin, March 28th. All that coming on DAZN, part of your DAZN schedule as well, so make sure you look out for it. Loads of fights coming. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant schedule.
What's your pick of them? Leave it up there, guys, for a second. What's your pick?
I'll tell you what, it's so intriguing. There's so much jeopardy in the Wood-Warrington rematch. You know, after the first one, a little bit of controversy there. Warrington was doing really well, wasn't he? But Wood doing what Wood does. I love that fight.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see Moses. I'm a massive Moses Italma fan. He fought on your card, obviously, the Echo Usman fight. I can't wait to see him again. Which one for you? Which one is your pick?
I'm probably the Wood-Warrington one as well, but I'm also obviously interested in seeing the Barrios Garcia one. I think that's quite an intriguing fight.
Indeed. All right, let's talk about Nick Bull versus Brandon Figueroa. Again, Brandon's got a big fan base that's flown out from America for him. Obviously, a two-weight world champion, looking to be another world champion. We can see him just in the corner of my eye there. Looks in great shape as well, as does Nick Bull to my right. This is a cracking main event, Josh.
Yeah, it's a cracking fight. I'm looking forward to it. I really do enjoy watching Nick Bull fight. I'm actually a fan of his, watching his style, and he uses his sort of disadvantages as his height to his advantage very, very well, you know, because he makes himself small, which can make it awkward, you know, even though he is small, but he makes himself even smaller as a target. So yeah, and he can get in and close the distance against taller, bigger guys too. So yeah, I'm a real fan of his style, his fighting style. Yeah,
this is his last fight against Sam Goodman, which again on the scorecards he looked comfortable, but was anything but that. He was made to work for every single round in this one.
He turned the screw in the second half of the fight. Well, more the later rounds did Nick Bull. Goodman was fired up, he was moving, he was awkward, and he was game, he really was. But he found a way to win, and that's what champions do. You know, but this is a different kettle of fish. I mean, I just look at this, Figueroa and Bull, and I can't see how it won't gel with it being stylistically absolutely perfect for one another, with what's on the line. I just think this is a cracker, and I'm going to say it now, I think at the Saturday night, once the show's done, it'll be a fight of the year contender.
I like it. That's what the fans want to hear. Obviously, Brandon Figueroa getting this fight after meeting Joey Gonzalez. Before that was a defeat to Stephen Fulton. They're the only two defeats on his record, the two Stephen Fulton defeats. And the first one, back in 2021, was a majority decision that many thought maybe Brandon was unlucky not to get. He's more experienced in terms of big fights than Nick Bull. He's been there for a longer time. Obviously, Nick's done a lot in the last couple of years, but Brandon's been there a while. Will that play a part on Saturday?
I don't think so. You know, Nick's used to fighting in front of big crowds and being on big shows and being on big stages multiple times, so I don't think that's going to play a part. You know, these fighters on these stages at this world level, that doesn't faze any of them.
Darren's laughing at the highlights there because he does fight small, doesn't he? He almost fights stylistically like Nick Bull. He wants to be up close, so these two aren't going to go looking for each other. They're going to meet in the centre.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I say, so much on the line here. Not only the world title on the line that Nick Bull owns, but the chance to then go on and fight for numerous world titles. We see glimpses there with the body shots of Figueroa. That's going to be a struggle for him to land against Nick Bull. They are his favoured shots. Again, against Lewis Neary, he landed a lovely left, I think it was, to the body, and it knocked Neary out. But he'll struggle. They are his favoured shots. Nick Bull being so short, it tucks the elbows in, but I just think it's a cracker. I think it's, you know, guns blazing from that opening bell.
Undisputed champ. You had obviously all the belts. You had the Ring Magazine belt on top of all your other belts as well. Was there a favourite one? Was there one that you go home and look at a bit more and maybe get on the polish a bit more and get it shine?
The best looking one, obviously, and the most prestigious one is the WBC, but obviously my favourite one is what Darren says, it's the IBF, because it was my first title.
It's the money,
No, it was my first world title fight that I also boxed in and won, so that is the one that kind of means the most to me, because that then catapulted me to then go on and get all the rest of the belts. So yeah, that's the one that is my favourite one. As I say, my first title here. So yeah,
let's hope Nick Ball can add to his WBA title. He gets through this one, fingers crossed. It is big unifications up next from. All right, it's time for the main event, Wayne. So let's go back to Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, our highly anticipated main event tomorrow is scheduled for 12 rounds. It will be for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry in association with TGB Promotions. Let's now welcome to the scale the mandatory challenger, coming to us from Weslaco, Texas, USA. He brings a professional record consisting of 26 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw. 19 of his 26 wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome the former 2-division world champion at both super bantamweight and featherweight. Here is Brandon, the Heartbreaker Figueroa. $125.14 for the mandatory challenger, Brandon, the Heartbreaker Figueroa. Now we welcome to the scale the defending world champion from right here, Liverpool, England. Undefeated with 23 wins. He has 1 draw. 11 of his 23 wins come by way of knockout. Tomorrow, in his 4th world title defense, here is the relentless, reigning and defending WBA featherweight champion of the world, Nick the Wrecking Ball. $125.11 for the defending world champion, Nick the Wrecking Ball. And now to face off for the final time. Again, the main event tomorrow, live, worldwide, exclusively on DAZN. It's the challenger, Brandon, the Heartbreaker Figueroa, versus the defending world champion, Nick the Wrecking Ball. 12 rounds scheduled for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World.
Here we go. This stare down, by the way, could go on and on and on. No one's going to break eye contact at all. Darren, I'll come to you first. What's this moment like? Are you just wanting to get it on now? I mean, you've done all the training, you made weight, you've done everything you could do. You're 24 hours away from fighting. Do you just want to fight?
Yeah, you're chomping at the bit. You're ready to go. This is it now. This is fire v fire. This is 2 explosive fighters locking horns for the WBA belt. This is a cracking contest between 2 confident fighters. This is one not to miss.
Josh, are you just waiting for someone to break it up? Because you don't want to be the first man to kind of move away. What is this situation like?
Just like, I never used to really like doing the face-offs because I used to get the itchy knuckles and just want to sort of crack them there and then. You know, the old Hank would come out to play. But no, it's got to be done. I mean, all the talking and everything, the training's done. You know, this is the part where you just want to get a hold of the guy and just fight. You know, this is the it's the last thing you want, is the sick of the sight of the opponent. You just want to get this weigh done and go and get some food, relax, and then go to play tomorrow.
Both men, by the way, in incredible shape. Yeah. Both of them look incredible. We are going to hear from Brandon Figueroa first, the challenger again, former 2-weight world champion himself, looking to get back into that world title mix, looking to win a world title again. Apologies. He's with DAZN on stage.
Well, Brandon Figueroa, every time you and Nick Ball face off, it goes on, and it always takes someone to bring you apart. What can you tell us about that? Are you trying to make sure you don't look away first?
No, I'm just ready. I'm just letting him know that I'm ready and that that belt's coming home with me.
So tell us about this version of Brandon Figueroa. We talked before about how it's perhaps a restoration of Brandon. It's your second camp now with Manny Robles. What can you tell us?
This is the best version of Brandon you guys are going to see.
Some people are calling this a potential firefight. Is that how you're seeing this?
Of course, I'm coming with everything, and I plan to leave it on the ring.
Do you know what I've noticed? You've brought plenty of people with you. Sometimes you see away fighters come over, 1, 2, 3 people maybe. There's a lot of you guys here. You're very confident about this one, aren't you?
Of course, I got my family with me, my team, we're ready. I got the whole backing of the Valley, 956, and I'm just ready, man.
Do you want to give a message in Spanish as well? I noticed you started the press conference yesterday in Spanish. I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to hear from you.
Sí, nada más le quiero darle gracias a Dios, a toda mi gente del 956, a mis mexicanos, latinos, hispanos. Estoy muy orgulloso de todos, a mi familia, y voy a representar a México y a 956 muy bien.
Final one, what's your prediction?
Sorry, sir?
What is your prediction for tomorrow?
And the new.
Best of luck, Brandon Figueroa. Let's hear it for the challenger tomorrow evening. And now let's hear from the reigning and defending champion, the wrecking ball himself, Nick Ball. I mean, same question that I asked Brandon as well. Neither of you guys want to look away when these face-offs happen. What can you tell us about this?
It's good, isn't it? It's what it's all about, yeah. One more sleep and then it's go time.
We're very, very nearly there. It's yet another face-off, another fight where you are looking up at your opponent. You're used to this though, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing new to me. It's where, to be honest with you, it's where I'm most comfortable, so I can't wait for it.
You've said to me before how these guys think they're going to come in and they're going to do something and then they're in for a shock. You start out jabbing them. What kind of shock do we think Brandon Figueroa is in for tomorrow?
We'll find out tomorrow, but it's going to be an exciting one, that's for sure.
And what about Liverpool? I mean, this is the third time you defended this belt right here. It's special, right?
Yeah, special times, and I wouldn't be here today without everyone who's been supporting me from day one, so it means everything to me. I appreciate it.
Play this fight out in your head for me. I know it's 24 hours away. I can't wait. Give me a little preview. What's going to happen?
All action from the first bell.
Best of luck to you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Nick, the Wrecking Ball.
Thank you, Dev.
Back to you guys.
There you go, all-out action, and I expect it to be that as well. I'll be surprised if it isn't that. This is important as well, isn't it? Remember, you can elevate your experience with DAZN by going Ultimate. You can get 12 pay-per-view fights per year, as well as seeing all the action in the highest definition as well, all part of your annual subscription. So make sure you get the most from your home of boxing in 2026. DAZN Ultimate there for you. That was interesting. I like that.
Yep.
It's good, isn't it? It's exciting to see the fighters really up for it, aggressive, and not just the main event, all the card.
Yeah, do you know what? I think the B-sides on all of the contests are really confident. They are. You know, I like Gonzalez in the Kane fight. He's typically Mexican, on a good run of form, 5 straight wins, 3 inside the distance. Really comes to fight. Andrew Kane, he's a handful though. He's relentless. And in the main event, as I say, I just think it's an absolute cracker. It's 2 fired up fighters. By the way, how's Figueroa 29? He looks unbelievable. Yeah. See, with some of the fights he's had as well, he looks in great shape, as does Nick Ball all the time. It really sets up a fantastic Saturday night of boxing.
Yeah, and I guess it adds to it the fact it's here in Liverpool as well, which again, I mean, the crowd make extra noise, don't they, for their own?
Yeah, absolutely. And I used to love, obviously, weighing in Glasgow and things like that. You know, it was the noise was making it amazing, an atmosphere in itself, an event in itself. So yeah, if you have been struggling a little bit the last couple of pounds of the making weight, that kind of gets you through it and up for it, and you know, looks you forward to standing on the stage. Doesn't get you as excited as getting that first drink of water though, you know. So.
Heaven.
All right, let's go to a man that's going to be very, very busy tomorrow. I'm talking Mr. Paul Stevenson. He's on stage with DAZN.
Yes, Paul Stevenson, you are going to be very, very busy indeed, as Ade just said. 5 fighters you've got on. Are you ready for a big night?
Yeah, big night, Dev.
5 fighters on the night, but 5 different training camps as well, all the way through, all sparring partners, managers, trainers, boxers. Been hectic. Great though, fun. Yeah.
It definitely is. Look, I remember when Brad, Andrew, Nick Ball came into the Queensbury office all those years ago, and this was kind of part of the dream, right? To fill out that arena. Here we are.
Yeah, it is. The dream comes true, as you said, and with obviously with Frank behind us, who's delivered for them lads on a major scale. He keeps doing it, and the lads delivering for him as well. It's a great relationship, and top of the world now. These boxers, and with more to come. It's great. It's a great time, isn't it?
Top of the world is Nick Ball. He is the world featherweight champion, but it is a tall order tomorrow. What's your kind of read on this fight?
The thing about Nick is he's got a few ways of winning, hasn't he? He could get you early. He's a good puncher. He can get you late. He's a good finisher late. He's proven that. A lot of his fights have ended in the last round, the last couple of rounds. He's a good short puncher. Figueroa is very good. Pressure fighter, switch hitter, good body puncher. But until the bell goes there, and the styles match and gel, who knows? But we've got another way I think it's going to go, and the way I would like it to go. So, well, let's just make that happen on the night.
How do these featherweights prepare for someone like Nick Ball? Like, I'm trying to think, who could they spar? What can they do? Because he's so unique and so rare in that division pool.
Yeah, I mean, we've all got that problem because you can get sparring partners, but if you're fighting top-level fighters, you can't get, and you don't want to get either, that level of sparring where you're killing each other every day as well. There's an art to what you do in the sparring, and now you sort of work it to get your fighter ready. But it will be difficult to find someone like Nick. He is unique.
Andrew Kane, big moment for him. He's itching. He's getting there closer and closer to his world title shot. Needs to come through tomorrow night. What's he been like in the build-up to this?
He's been excellent. He's had a good injury-free camp. Really pushed himself. Knows this is his time. Very driven. Today, what's he been like? Angry. Make him wait. You know what he's like. He's scary, isn't he? At the best of times. But he's looking to really do a good job. This is a good fighter that he's got. Nick and Andrew have both got real good tests, so he'll have to be at his best, but he will be, and he should, I'm sure, do this job, and then the world's his oyster, then he'll get a world title fight.
And what about Brad Strand? It feels like this could be the start of like a big year. This feels like could be his year.
Yeah, I mean, years ago, after 12 or 13 fights, you probably get that in 1 year and lose a couple, and then so he's just coming up to the time where he can start maturing now and pushing on. So he was due to fight Razor Ali. He's withdrawn, not sure why. Obviously this is a late replacement, just got to get the job done on him, and then move on, have a big year. There's British titles out there at his weight, and then European titles beyond that, so let's just see.
Final one, let's close on Nick. Here's the main event. Is he going to knock out Brandon Figueroa?
I mean, it's definitely on the cards, but let's just say I don't really make predictions because I'm honest and no one knows what's going to happen until that bell goes, but I would hope so, yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Paul. Great to speak to you.
As always. Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Back to you guys.
And we were speaking there just as they were talking off camera. He does a great job, Paul Stevenson. Busy man, a lot of young fighters, a lot of really high-class fighters as well. But he's a manager where he mixes sort of guys coming through around the top very well.
He's terrific. He's a man you want in your corner. He understands the sport of boxing. He understands. You talked about sparring there, but he just gets it. He gets it. You can't mess about in this game. This is so important that you get it right, and you need a man like him in your corner.
You certainly do. All right, let's run through the main and co-main, and let's give thoughts and predictions. I know both of you don't like normally giving predictions, so I'm pushing you both a little bit. Let's start with the co-main first. Andrew Kane versus Gonzalez. How do you see that one playing out, Josh?
I haven't actually seen Gonzalez that much, so it would be, for me, it would be a pretty inaccurate sort of prediction. So obviously, I'd like to support the home talent, and I'm hoping Kane goes on and wins the fight.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll give you my double.
Go on, okay.
I'm going to go with Andrew Kane late stoppage in a cracker. I think Gonzalez really can fight on a good run of form, as I say, and I think I keep saying it. I think it's going to be an absolute barnstormer of a fight at the main event, and I think it's a fight Nick Ball wins in a close one.
Close one.
I think that
7-5 close. You're talking split.
Yeah, I'm saying close, and I think it's going to be that. And it's Figueroa is a very good fighter. That's why I'm saying this is a close fight. He's a former 2-weight world champion. Very, very good. I just think with what Nick's got stylistically and with the crowd behind him, I think he pips it, but we're in for a real treat.
We are in for a treat. Should be a fantastic fight card for you tomorrow. All right, let's have a bit of fun before we wrap up. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about Nick Ball being only 5'2" and Brandon Figueroa being 5'9". So we've kind of piled together a lot of little versus large contest. Let's have a look at them as well. I think it's going to come on. There you go. Can we actually turn around and have a look at this? Jake Paul versus AJ. That was actually quite a big difference.
Yeah.
Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian. Sebastian Figueroa is the biggest 154-pounder ever, surely.
Incredible. I mean, Hamza Shiraz, when he was down at that weight, was really, really tall. But Nikolai Valuev, David Haye, I remember that in the ring. It looked greater when they was in there together. And we all remember what David Haye was it the final round where he wobbled Valuev? I mean, yeah, there's some bit. You can almost there's a Nick Ball in between those.
Is this a realistic thing? Is that 6 foot? Is that really it? No, I'm about to say, because you know there's a lot of people in here that lie about their height. Let's get up on the wall and measure you right now.
I'm 6'1.5" an inch, so.
I'm 5'11". Did you guys ever have a disparity with opponents? Was it mainly kind of eye to eye?
No, I think usually I was the taller by a couple of inches, but not much really.
You've always been a tall 140 pounder.
I was always sort of mostly taller than my opponents. The sort of bigger ones was maybe Lopez and obviously Postal. Postal was actually a little bit taller than me. Taller than me, so that was a tricky one.
They should have put Nick Ball up there. They should have put him up there with Brandon Figueroa so we could see. But those have been some good opponents. So let me understand. Tall 1 in terms of AJ, tall 1 in terms of Fedora, and Haye 1 in terms of Valuev. So height doesn't really mean too much when it comes to boxing. You've got to have the minerals, you've got to have the tools to get it done. And we hope that Nick Ball has the tools and minerals to get it done as well. Darren, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Are you there with us tomorrow as well, Josh?
Absolutely.
There you go. Everyone, get on your suits, get on your jackets. It's going to be a good night in Liverpool. We'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome to Liverpool, city of legendary sport and passion, not to mention success. A city with an unparalleled music legacy, a working class city, a city of defiance, a proud city, a fighting city. This city is ours, and Nick Ball is one of our own. The reigning and defending WBA World Featherweight Champion. Saturday night he returns home to put it all on the line. Standing 7 inches above him, the challenger, Brandon Figueroa. A tall order? Come on, lad.
Introducing the casino you love to hate, Mr. Q.
If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. Success begins with a person's will. It's a state of mind.
If you had the choice, what prize would change your life?
Yes!
Woohoo! The competition's from as little as 5p per entry. What are you waiting for? You could be next to change your life with that prize, guy.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy.
Don't miss the biggest night in MMA.
We are now set. Ball!